We built BTWB to support independent gyms. These gym owners have unique journeys that led them to create incredible communities in their towns or cities all around the world. Spotlight is going to help tell these stories and celebrate these people. All right, Craig, man, I appreciate you making some time to chat about your gym.
Yeah, happy to be here.
So, what's the name of your gym and where are you located?
The name of my gym is CrossFit SDG. It stands for Soli Deo Gloria. It means glory to God alone. The founder of our gym named it that years ago. He's a strong believer, was a strong believer. And I have the same methodology and worldview. So that's what it is. But most people just know it by CrossFit SDG. And it is in Shawnee, Oklahoma, which is right in the middle of Oklahoma, dead center.
Okay. And so what does SDG stand for one more time? What are the words?
Stands for Soli Deo Gloria, which in
Okay.
Latin
Soli
means
Deo
glory.
Gloria. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
glory to God alone. Yep.
When I think of Oklahoma, I think of hurricanes or tornadoes. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah, we are right in Tornado Alley. I mean, right in the thick of it. About 2 years ago, 2 years ago in April, one hit Shawnee, where Oklahoma Baptist University is located, and it did tons of damage. So I've lived here for 45 of my 45 years. So it's kind of like I think California people with earthquakes, we're just used to it. We just stand on the porch and get in the closet when we need to. So
Oh man, that's wild. So okay. So
yeah.
you said, going back and forth as we led up to this, that your full-time gig is firefighter EMT. Is that correct? How long have you been doing that?
That's correct. I am a firefighter EMT in Norman, Oklahoma, which is where the University of Oklahoma is. It's only about 30 minutes from here. And I've been doing that for 17 and a half years. So EMT for 18, I got on fire department about 17 and a half years ago.
Okay, so every single day you're out there using your fitness, interacting with the populace.
It's
Better ones.
essentially it's 10 days. We do 10 24-hour shifts a month.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah, every
but
day of your
yeah,
occupation, I should say.
if I'm not using it that, I use it on my day off job too, which is just carrying fire extinguishers around all day. So yeah, I pretty much every day I'm using it. So
What has been over the course of 17 years has I don't know how to word this. I think you'll get the gist of it. Has the sort of call that you're responding to changed? Like some of the firefighters that I talked to say, you'd be shocked how infrequently we respond to a fire and how frequently we respond either to a car accident, trauma, or somebody's chronically ill and sick. And so I guess I'm asking you as somebody who's dealing with people on a regular basis, is America getting fitter, faster, and stronger, or are they going in the opposite direction?
that's a leading question. You know the answer. They're definitely
But you're on the ground, man, boots on the ground.
yeah, they're definitely not getting fitter, faster, and stronger. And that your buddies are 100% right. I would it's continued to get more and more. I would say 85 to 90% of what we do is medical calls or like vehicle accidents, stuff like that. But the majority of it is declining health medical calls is
Hmm.
easily 80 to 85% in Oklahoma. So
Man, that's wild. And I guess, there's a broad range of things that lead people to be in that sort of a situation. You know, some genetics, some environmental, some choices, some not choices, some the hand that you're dealt and all that stuff. But, with regards to controlling what you can control, how you move, how you eat, what you prioritize, what you deprioritize, I guess that's where the firefighting blends with your gym, trying to help you make
yeah,
good decisions.
yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, it took I'll be honest, I kind of told you in the lead up that my wife and I got into a really unhealthy streak there for several years. And it's just when we had twin daughters and there for about 15 years, when you're raising twins, we made other things a higher priority. And it doesn't mean you can't do it with kids. There's millions of people that do, but we didn't make it a priority. And I would say that's the majority of you don't have to go very far to look up statistics in Oklahoma and see that the majority of people here don't prioritize their health. We eat bad
Mm.
food. The weather here, on the days it's nice, which is about 12 days a year, it's really nice. And the other days it's either 100 degrees out or it's freezing cold and windy. And so we don't get outside nearly as much as we should. And so, yeah, I will say deprioritizing like actionable things are the number one reason health is what it is in our state.
Mm.
I know there are plenty of people who have congenital issues and things like that. But the majority of people, it's just poor diet choices and sedentary lifestyle for sure.
So after years of neglecting yourselves, you and your wife decided to make it a priority for both of you and turn it around. And that was the beginnings of what led you into CrossFit.
It was being a fireman. I had heard of CrossFit, of course, a lot. I saw guys do it at the station, and I was like, "No, thanks, I'm good. I'll just do some." This is 100% true story. My first week of CrossFit, the coach, we did some testing, and I told her that my bench was higher than my squat. She said, "No chance. People always say that, and it's not." And sure enough, I benched 285 and squatted 255.
There
So,
you go. All right, you're a man of your
uh,
word.
yeah, at the fire station, I would go in there and do the curls, do the bench, do stuff like that, but nothing very functional and nothing really to help my health. And so, honestly, it was when our girls started driving and we had a little bit more time on our
Mm,
hands, and we knew that hey, we need to do something. And we had started at a Globo gym for about a year, and we're somewhat successful. Had a little bit of success with that. Did eat a little better. But finally, one of my wives, she's a nurse, one of her nurse friends invited her to the gym that we now own. And she went for about a month and kept bugging me. And I said, no, I've seen CrossFit. I don't want any part of it. And finally, she bugged me enough. And I went with her one Saturday. And it was something dumb like 21:15.9 of deadlift. And then 400-meter run in between each round.
okay.
And I scaled it to 185 and it still ate my lunch. And
Sure.
but I loved it. It's the classic. Oh man, yeah,
Got
this will
hooked.
get you. Yeah, exactly. And so that was 6 years ago, and didn't think that then that we would be here, but I mean, we both got bit with it. She goes religiously. I mean, I go all the time, but she is a 6 day a weeker, um, as steady as they come. So yeah, it's changed our lives for, I mean, in monumental ways for the better. So.
Well, there's a big difference between loving to work out every day, having that great experience, and eventually owning a place of your own, especially when
Mhm.
you've got a job, your wife's got a job, you're raising two kids. What in the world led you to be like, ah, you know what? I'm just gonna run a gym.
Well, it kind of started when I got my level one. They needed more coaches after about 2 years of going there, and I was obviously all in. We had just gone to the games in 2021,
You're
and
fired up.
fired up, completely fired up. And so we came back, and I said, "Hey, I'll go take my L1." And so I went and took my L1, and then that fired me up. You know better than I do. I was just completely enamored with it and just loved it. And so through coaching and through doing that couple years. I plan on retiring from the fire department at 20 years. It's been the greatest job ever, but I want to sleep in my own bed every night. And so I thought maybe the current owners would think about selling it about that time, which is still 2.5 years away. And so we had thought about it numerous times, but then all of a sudden in April, they had some kind of a little bit of family emergency type stuff. And they said, hey, I know this isn't the best timing, but what do you guys think about taking it over? And I wanted to say yes right then, but I said, well, let the wife and me talk
Smart
about it a
call.
little bit. Yeah, yeah, no, I've been married 24 years for a reason. I know who to ask first. So, um, and so it honestly, it's really bad timing. We had a wedding. My daughter's wedding was in June, and just it wasn't great timing, but I didn't want to miss the opportunity.
Mm.
And so the past owners were wonderful. I mean, we had a really great deal with it. And so, yeah, so here we are. Now we own a gym and we're figuring it out slowly but surely. So,
Yeah, because you just took it over when?
in April of 25. Yeah. They asked me in April. We took it over like
So
April
4 months ago.
17th. Yeah. Yeah. No, listen, we're in the thick of it. We are just figuring it out. So,
I mean, good for you though. I mean, that's fantastic. Well, while it's fresh in your mind, there's probably
mhm.
a lot of people watching this that maybe have aspirations to become gym owners, and you're in it right now. What are you learning as you go? What's surprising you?
Um, I like I said, I looked at into it a little bit in the past, so I had read a few things, and everybody says, "Hey, it's hard to make money with a CrossFit gym." And I'm going to be honest with you, it's hard to make money with a CrossFit gym.
Right.
Um, but I think anybody know, like I've said, listen, if I have to do this extinguisher gig for to fund my CrossFit gym, then so be it. So there is ways to make money, and it's already I can already see in 4 months it's turning the tide, but that would be the number one thing is, hey, you got to love it and you got to want to do it. We love our community. The community is the number one thing that's kept us there for 6 years. They're wonderful people. And they were going to have to shut the doors. They said, hey, if you don't take
Mm.
this over, we're going to shut the doors. And everybody was like, we can't shut the doors. And we couldn't stand not seeing those people every day. And so I would say, number one, you may make a bunch of money do it, but don't that shouldn't be your number one priority because it's not going to, I don't think it's probably going to be that way at first. And you may make it
Mm.
that way. And I hope we do. I hope it makes money soon, but you have to love it and you have to love the people. And I want to see people's lives change like ours. That's the real motivation is to see people go from, hey, you're pre-diabetic, you're 270 pounds to, hey, you've lost 75 pounds, you're healthy, you're, that kind of thing.
100%.
So yeah.
Well, you just mentioned that the people spoke to you and tugged on your heart and all that stuff, and they're very cool. So for most of us that haven't walked through the doors of CrossFit SDG, give us a sense of the people, the vibe, the culture. What would we experience if we walked in there?
So I think most people, I tell people this, and you can think what you want of it. I tell people this all the time, and I say, listen, the number one thing I can tell you about CrossFitters is everyone you see is fitter than they look. And so I told you, we live in Oklahoma. I'll be honest, our gym is a lot of 30 to 50-year olds. We're a lot of middle-aged people that have a lot of that have busy lives, and we're working
Hmm.
hard and that kind of stuff. And that's what kind of drew me to it. Now there are some young competitive go-getters in there too that are fire breathers and that are going around competing all the time. And I've done it a little bit, but for the most part, our gym is people that are trying to get healthy or trying to stay healthy for the future, the longevity. Exactly the methodology of CrossFit
Regular
is like,
folks.
yeah, regular folks that I want to ski with my grandkids when I'm 65. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit on the sideline and watch them do fun things. I want to be able to go out and do stuff with them. And there's a loads. The majority of our people are people like that. They're just regular people who come in there and don't want to go to the Globo gym and try to figure out what to do. And so they come in, they get good coaching, they get great programming, and they leave 55 minutes later knowing that they have done something. So,
100%. So you've got so much you can go on, like we said, family, other occupation, two other occupations, your wife's got an occupation. Now you've got the gym that you're handling and all that. You've got a lot on your plate. Um, why did you go with BTWB?
I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but
You can say whatever you want, and I will not edit it. You're good.
out of pure ignorance, it really was. I'll be honest. I talked to you before. I said I'm a huge fan of the VNR podcast, and we'd been using linchpin programming for a year prior to that. So guess what? I got fed a lot of try the all-in-one try, and I didn't even have a clue what that meant until I took over our gym in April and I realized that they use this program for billing, they use this program for scheduling, they use this program for this and this and this. And all of a sudden, one day, like literally 2 days after, it just clicked. I was like, I wonder what Pat meant by all in one. And I literally went to the website and clicked on it and signed up for a Zoom meeting with somebody at BTWB and started asking questions. And I realized, oh man, yes, this was one. It was significantly cheaper. And again, I don't know if you want to edit this. They gave me 6 months for free to try it, which is
Good.
fantastic. I don't know if they do that for everybody, but
I don't know either. It's
uh,
all good though.
it was one of those things where I was like, "Hey, awesome, yes, let's do that. I'll take free for 6 months." And so um, that's what really got me on it. Was the first thing. Now I'll be honest with you, I went to the fittest experience in Oklahoma City, and I have lots of other people now saying, "Hey, you're a gym owner now. You should try this. You should try this. You should try
Oh,
this." And
sure,
I've had
sure.
lots of, but so far I've absolutely loved it, and with everything that other people have talked to me about, I can't imagine getting away from BTWB because the tracking is so good. Like just all
No
of us
one's
have
close.
all no one's anywhere close. And that's the other people I've talked to. I'm like, listen, if I have to switch from BTWB, I'm not doing it because we love our tracking. It's I just used the Tempest app yesterday. It's fantastic. At the fire
Incredible.
station, you can use it with other firemen. And so that's a whole nother conversation, whole nother podcast. But so there's lots of reasons I've stuck with it, but the main reason was just I honestly didn't know any better, and then they gave me a fantastic deal, and I was like, yeah, I need to see what I can do with as little money as possible when I start. And so again, I'm only 3 months into BTWB all in one, but I'm every day I learn something new that it does. So,
Oh yeah, I've been there for a long time, and it still does so many things that I get surprised with all the time. Like I had no idea that it did that.
mhm.
Yeah, I think you stumbled into a good choice one way or another. So let people know, maybe they happen to be passing through the area, whatever it happens to be. How can they find you? What's the website of your gym? Promote away.
We're the only CrossFit gym in Shawnee, Oklahoma, so that's awesome. So
Nice.
there's tons of great CrossFit gyms in Oklahoma. There really are. There's a bunch of really good ones. We're the only one in Shawnee, though. So if you're in Shawnee, you can literally just type in CrossFit Gym Shawnee, you'll find us, or you can type in CrossFit SDG, you'll find us. Our website is just CrossFit-SDG.com. And then we're obviously on Instagram, Facebook, all that. I have somebody that handles all that for me, fortunately. A young woman who's much better at it than me, but she handles all that and then sends me questions if she doesn't know the answer.
Oh,
So anyway, yeah,
that's phenomenal, man. Well, again, thanks for being, sharing a bit about your gym with us. And
yeah,
if I find my way out there to tornado country, I'll hit you up.
yeah. Well, maybe I'll run into Boz in Tennessee. I'm going to my level 2 out at Mayhem next week, and
There you
so I'm gonna
go.
I'm gonna stop in Nashville and look at Proven too. But anyway,
Go harass
uh,
him.
yeah, I'll go out there and cut wood with him or something.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, Greg. Well, have a good day, man.
You too. Nice to talk to you.